So what is up, Yu-Gi-Oh champions? This is your boy Ken right here, representing team.deck. And as tradition, I'll give you a deck profile. Then afterwards, I will show you like a combo video. Now, I've done some changes, modifications, with the ban list and whatnot. And I've played this at the regionals, and I've done pretty well. Only lost to two decks in regional. It was two. It was just two. Obviously, it was full power spirals. So yeah, I mean, like they kind of just opened the nut, and I kind of just opened I opened kind of meh, and they opened hand traps and double terraforming and whatnot, and it didn't really work out. But then I had to leave early because I had work 4 o'clock in the morning, so I wasn't able to stay for the entire event. But like, yeah, it was pretty good. Played this deck with I guess dinos and pendulums, and what's the other deck? Can't remember. I don't know, some other rogue deck, I believe. But yeah, I mean, kind of blow this deck out of the water. But I'll talk more about that, about the regional view coming up. And also, we also working on our Discord server. If it might not be up until the time I put up this video, but probably by the next video we'll probably get that situation sorted up. But without the so that's it for all the updates. So let's just get to the combo video. Now this is actually pretty good. It's actually a 2-card combo, which is insane. This is like so many ways to get this card in hand. Like you have Rhoda, you got Smoke Signal, you got Terraformings. So it's pretty easy to end up with these 2 cards. So I mean, to say you just open up with these 2 cards and the rest of your hand is kind of buns, you can still have a play. So what you do, let me see. Okay, that's probably better viewing angle. Alright, so simple. You just play your diagram. Use a diagram to pop this card. Send it to the graveyard. And then you would add Birdman, and then Fuma's effect in the graveyard would activate separate chain. And then you would, let's see here. Then you would special summon a Kazaru. This is some Kazaru effects goes off. Then you would add another Fuma. Alright. And then it's probably like one of the only reasons why I play 2 Kazarus. Then you would activate Birdman, Bird Brain out of your hand, destroying Fuma, destroying Kazaru. Special summon Bird Brain. Fuma's effect goes off. Special summoning another Kazaru from your deck. Let's see here. Kazaru. Now Kazaru restrictions effect activates, so I cannot add a earth or wind, so you add a water. Yeah, this. Yeah, this combo wouldn't have been possible if new support didn't come out. So then you would just simply normal summon Hatsune, the card you searched, use her effect. Now since you have 3 dudes in your graveyard, you could just banish. Like normally I would banish these 2 and summon this. But with the new support, you can banish these 2 instead. So you can banish these 2. These are banished. Special summon another Kazaru. I guess Kazaru search for fire. I like searching him because you normal summon him. Add banish. 6 sound in your hand, and then you activate diagram and do stuff. And then you link with these two. That both these guys are warriors for the new link monster. So her effect goes off, and she searched for any warrior. I mean, this is definitely you're setting for like next turn play. It's kind of like a fixed brick hand per se, and then you use her effect to send. Yeah, I'm trying out this card. Is that I feel like it's a lot better than the other one. Send my only equip spell card, DD Reincarnation. I mean, obviously, it should be a pretty obvious reason why I play this card. Send it to the grave. Special summon your third Fuma from your deck. Where is he? Special summon Fuma. And then you would just make a Shein. So, which, I mean, in a way, off of 2 cards, this is actually like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's literally a +4 off of 2 cards. Like, this deck is pretty insane. You can do a lot of crazy cool stuff with it, for example. And I'll show you like an actual, like a legitimate combos. That's actually more insane boards that you can make. I think I got a board with True King Calamities. I think I'm gonna do that next. Alright, so I'm gonna show you. Let's do this. This to be cool. This to be edgy. I'll show you one of my favorite combos of this deck. I love when I get get something like this. So pretty much like you just need to draw a diagram or terraforming or Rhoda or Fuma with any of the big True King guys. So it could be the wind one or the water one. So it doesn't matter which one you open up with. So to start off with this combo. I mean, this combo you can get either a Calamities and a Shein, or a Beast and a Shein. So let's start off this combo. So you would just activate, terraforming, so your graveyard, get diagram, then you would activate this. Hopefully you don't get drill unlock. I mean, I'll consider this deck like a glass cannon, in my personal opinion, because well, actually, to be honest, like almost every deck loses to like drill unlock bird. That card is insanely powerful. But anyway, so you obviously would diagram, pop this, so put that in your graveyard. Make this my graveyard. Put in your graveyard, and then you special summon Kazaru. Kazaru's effect. Sorry, my bad. Diagram, resolve the diagram. Add the bird guy. Kazaru's effect. Since you only control Earth, you can add the wind. So you add this, and then this one. Now, what you do is you activate Bird Brain's effect, destroying these two from your hand to the graveyard. You destroy these guys. Especially on Bird Brain. Alright, so then you have to be careful with your chain links too. So you have to do the water. The water dude should be chain link 2 in this one. So make sure this has to be the last thing to resolve, so this doesn't lose timing. Alright. So then chain link 2. Resolve. You special summon another Bird Brain. I mean, technically, I like to put these guys in the far corner. Or it doesn't matter which corner, but we keep them separate. And summon that guy over here, and then he would add, and then this one will special summon another Kazaru. think that's over here. Alright. And you activate his effect. Add waifu Hatsune. Alright. And then you would just, I think this is right play. I think you link these two. Yeah, you link these two to the grave. Special summon your girl. Use her effect to add, and like a warrior you use next turn. Probably add this to your hand. Then what I like to do, I like to make the calamities first. I mean, it doesn't matter which order you do the calamities. I mean, if you're making a Shein, it doesn't matter which order you do. There's my calamities. There it is. So then you make your calamities, and then you normal summon Hatsune. Use Hatsune's effect. Oh, whoops. You banish. That's my grave. This is my grave. It's your grave right here. So you banish 2 Fumas. Special summon another Kizaru. Then you'd use his effect. I guess you would add a Kizan instead, and then search him with that. I guess. Just I don't know. It doesn't matter what you search. It's free. It's free search. And then you would obviously just use her effect. Sending continue spell to the grave, special summon your 3rd Fuma. Then you may go Mana Spine. And then you can either, activate this effect called Earth. Sink into a beast. But it just say, I guess if you're afraid of evenly matched, or you want some extra turns to milk calamities, you can always just make the your Shein. And then he has like protection. He has protection on the field and in the graveyard. So one more time, I'll show you the same, I guess the same hand again. How you can do something completely different. Do something more, I guess, destructive. What you can do is, oh, whoops, my bad. I think what this actually requires, I believe it's this and 2 field spells actually. Yeah, I think that's the combo. Alright, so you open up this, you're like, oh man, this looks kind of bad. What kind of crappy hand is this? But this is really good, and I'll show you. And this is kind of one of the main reasons why I play Masterpieces for this hand. So you diagram destroy this, you add this, you special summon Kizaru. Kizaru searches for Fumba. Searches for Fuma. And then what you do is you activate Bird Brain. Bird Brain destroys these 2. Special summon another Kizaru. Kizaru's effects. Special summons Hatsune. Normal summon Hatsune. So this is your grave here, so you banish these 2. Special summon Kizaru. I know, very familiar. You link Spanish into Noble Knight check again. And then you add, I guess, whatever war you want in your hand. Not anything but a Fuma, so I guess you can add this. And then use her effect, send this to the grave. Special summon this. And then you synchro into Shein, and then you top it off. Another diagram. You destroy him. So you use his special effect, so you still have his other effect. So it's not so you activate each of his effects once per turn. So you destroy him. and then you would add with diagram. Return the true king, and then off of this effect on separate chain link, you would add a masterpiece. Alright. Oh. So, whoops. Then you add a masterpiece. Now, with this is pretty good. Actually, this is. So then you would set this. And then, I mean, that's pretty good. You offer 3 cards, you got an additional. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is a +3. And then, on your opponent's standby phase, you activate this. Is it standby, or is it just main phase? Let me. Okay. So I'll stand my phase, activate this, special summon this in the defense position, and then after this, they should pretty much figure out what's gonna go happen. So your Xian's gonna like disrupt any spell or trap they activate, and then they summon some monster to try to beat up your Xian. You just tribute summon this. Use your trap card to obviously pop whatever it is. Now he's unaffected by traps and monster effects. It's technically better to be him be unaffected by spells in this format, but still pretty good. So you pop a monster, and on top of it, you can pop any card on the opponent's side of the field. So this is pretty good, pretty good different layers of disruption with this board. I like it. I mean, it's kind of hard for a lot of decks to get over. But this is kind of more, I guess, play on your turn kind of feel. Well, play on your opponent's turn. But on to the next combo. Alright, so this is like a nice flexible combo. This will be the last combo I show you guys. I mean, there's many combos you could do with this deck. This deck is actually kind of pretty insane. The chains and whatnot. I mean, the deck's pretty flexible. So like, if your opponent's playing a bunch of spells, you can just spam beasts, or your opponent's playing some traps, you just spam Xians, or if your opponent is playing like a monster heavy deck, you can spam calamities, or you need to like out certain boards. You can choose like I'll show you in a second. So there's like 2 things you could do. You can either just make you can choose to make either with this hand, you can choose to either make a calamities and a beast, or calamities and a Xian, or just like two Xians, for example, and you plus like crazy with this hand. So it depends on like who you're playing against. So I guess if you're playing against Trick Stars, you would just make 2 Xians, or if you're playing against Dinos, you'd make beasts and calamities. If you're playing against like a pendulum-based deck, you just make calamities and beasts. Then you call dark. So it's a lot of stuff you do with this. And so, like game 2 and 3, like this combo was very lethal because you could just customize your stun if you're going first to what your opponent is playing. So it's very, very lethal. So first off, you start off as Bababoon. To show you that it's actually really 3 cards. I'm not going to activate Bababoon's effect, so it doesn't matter what you add. So if you add this, it doesn't really matter. And this card's I play this card also because it really fixed your hand. There's so many times that I've actually like quote unquote brick, and then I would just normal summon this, and then put my where is he? I'll put my, say if I draw a Kazaru, put it at the bottom of my deck, and then just go off. But anyway, so I'll pop this. Let me set this. Yeah, so pop. It's kind of off center real quick. So pop this, throw in the grave, and you special summon 2 Bababoons. Well, I should let diagram resolve first. Add my bird brain. Then you make Invoker. It won't hurt some of them in defense mode. Attach. Summon effect. You would add another Fuma, obviously. So add that, and then you link normal night chick. Add this because it's free. You know, use it to do stuff for the next turn. And then you can use her effect, sending this to the grave. Special summoning this. Doesn't matter, I guess, where you put it. Well, you can put it like right here, I guess. Alright, and then you activate Bird Brain. And now Chain Link is very important with this deck because your Kazoru can lose timing, and he has to be the last thing that summons in the chain. So what you do is you would destroy these guys. So then he has an on-field effect. So then he would be Chain Link 3, and then the orders of this guy doesn't matter, so 1 and 2. So I'll put this right here to when I resolve it. So you use him to banish the top 4 of your opponent's deck. I mean, you don't have to activate this, but this is like, why not? You could hit like strong 1-ofs like Raigeki and whatnot. So then resolving this one, special summoning Hatsune Bay. Actually, I should summon them in the middle. Summon Hatsune the Bay. And then resolving this one, he's summoning this guy. So then notice that now, unfortunately, the only thing you search is for fire, but it actually benefits us because the fire is actually the missing piece in the combo, so it kind of forces you to play correctly. So then you would just add this to your deck to your hand. So from here, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Say for example, if I add a level 3 instead, let's see, because I could also add, because I didn't use my normal summon, so I could add this instead. You know? Let me see. Make sure I'm doing that right. Yeah, you know, and then I can normal summon this, and then, well, first I would, yes, use her effect. I guess I'll show you the board with Trishula, because I think it's a little more powerful. So he's banished these two. Summon this guy. And then you search for, I guess, her. And then, you know, you just sync with these. Make Trish. Use Trish effect, get 1 card of your opponent's hand, and then make Calamities. And then you can normal summon this. Add 1 of your Fumas back so you can reuse it again for the diagram. Or, you know, you could just, you know, normal summon this, special summon this, make a Shien. And you choose either to make a Shien or a Beast from here. Now, or let's backtrack a little bit. Put that back in the banish zone. Extra deck. Let's see what we got here. So what you can do is you can synchro with this. Where's, you know, make your boy Shien. Use her effect. You know, get a free search. Normal summon this. And then make you can choose either to make a Shien or make a Trishula that way as well. So then you can have like two Shiens on the board with some protection. And you got like some kind of pseudo floater. If you want to, you can make Decode Talker and etc. So like, it's a lot of cool stuff you could do with this. Let's see. yeah, I think that's probably it. Now, if you want to, you could, you know, make Barlow a dragon. You could just you could just pretty much just do whatever. Like this deck is kind of, it's really explosive. I kind of wish I could figure out a way to make like 3 Sheins, but I mean I don't think I have any room in the extra deck for this mess. But that's kind of the gist of it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you enjoy my deck combo tutorial of my True King 6 Sam deck. And and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.